that.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Get excited, Packer fans. Adam Schefter's Packers source, who he owes a favor to, told him, hey, Jordan Love's looking good. And I'm not saying that Jordan Love isn't looking good in practice, that the team isn't confident, but let's be honest, that is a plant, and the team could believe it, but we don't know, Matt. I think we can agree with all this. All that might be true, but we do not know what Jordan Love will look like in an NFL football game, good or bad, until the crap hits the fan.
I do really like, and I do take him at his word for this, when he says that there is a confidence about Jordan Love. Like, that's great.
Why?
Because I don't want a timid quarterback going into the season. The fact that he does have some time under his belt. Well, I mean,
you get what I'm saying? Like, that is a fed story. Nobody's going to release a story otherwise. That is fed to him by the Packers, so when later on, when he needs news from them, he can say, hey, I did that for you, you did this for me. I'm not saying that the Packers don't think that there's confidence, but, like, God, I hope so. Otherwise, just go ahead and roll Sean Clifford out there and lose all your games.
Right, so that still doesn't take away from the fact that I do like hearing that he's confident in himself going into it, regardless whether that's a plant or not.
He's not a pee pants?
That's good. Yeah, that's good. You don't want your quarterback peeing his pants.
Right. And that's fair. But I guarantee you, and we've played this game a million times before, I could find stories from every crap quarterback in the history of the NFL that's been reported by someone out there saying, this guy's confident. Like, confident is one of those words where it's like,
oh, yeah, I mean.
Okay, yeah, I hope so.
You see situations where lots of confident people, like, it doesn't work out for them.
Or they're not really confident. They just think like, Jordan Love should be confident in practice, for the love of God. We need to know, like, is Jordan Love confident when he has, one of the top pass rushers at his feet, and he's been beaten up all day, and he has to pinpoint a dart with the game on the line? Is he confident in that? And we don't know that until it happens.
Fair.
And that's my whole thing with Jordan Love. We don't know what he is until it happens.
All we know is he's a guy who hasn't got his shot yet, hasn't looked particularly stellar in the opportunities he has had, but he is going into his fourth year into a system that he should know front, back, left, and right.
Yes.
Because he came in with Matt LaFleur.
Yes.
Like, he literally had as much experience in this system as Aaron Rodgers did.
You should hope to God, and this is a good point, that it is far better than the alternative, because Jordan Love should hit the ground running more than any quarterback in the NFL as a first-time starter, because he should know. If he has problems in the preseason, or you read stories in practice that he is missing receivers or throwing to the wrong spots or the offense looks clunky, then you should be freaking to flip out, because that means this dude who should be far in front of the 8 ball is already behind the 8 ball, because if he can't run this offense like a pro, like a guy who knows this offense like the back of his hand, then you should, because that's his biggest thing going for him, is that he should look super calm knowing where everyone is in this offense, which is a huge positive for him.
Right.
Which goes back to,
and
again,
maybe where this confidence comes from.
If he just looks next year, I'm already worried, because the biggest thing a young quarterback has to deal with is figuring out the offense.
Right.
And he knows the offense.
He should know the offense. Honestly, that's why if he looks good this year, I think you don't take your chance on.
Or any of those phrases I'd be worried about. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
How many Coors Light, Alex Strofe, did you crush solo at Shinedown, which is the saddest thing I've heard in a long time? We didn't get to it yesterday because we were in a good mood. But now we're going to bring everyone down.
Sad? What's sad about
My wife, when I told you that you went to Shinedown by yourself, kind of made like a sad puppy dog face. Like, oh, poor guy. Do you have any friends to go with him? And I said, no, nobody likes Shinedown.
Well,
that's
she completely
felt bad
inaccurate
for you.
I mean, the concert sold out in what, like 40 minutes?
How'd you get a late ticket?
I bought it for more than it was probably worth.
So it sold out like the Pfizer Forum or something, or AmFam Field?
No, the only two clubs they're playing on this tour were the Sylvia and the Epic Event Center in Green Bay, which they played last night. Both sold out.
Okay, what do they? I love the Sylvia. What's that hold?
I think it was only like 3,000.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but they only played clubs in Wisconsin because
sold out show.
Because they've been this is their 20-year tour. They've been around 20 years, and the only two clubs they're playing. Otherwise, it's all stadiums and arenas.
Neat. All right, so yes, so
what number is this for you?
It's a 4-time casino.
No.
Yeah, fourth time. First time in Madison. I feel
seen
like
him in
it was
4
different Wisconsin cities.
I feel like it was the 4th time the last time you watched him at like the Resch Center.
No, that was the 3rd, and yeah, that was the Resch Center. So the first time I saw him was in 2018 in Milwaukee. I saw them in 2019 in Oshkosh. I saw him last year in
The Resch.
Green Bay. Or was that last year or 2 years ago?
That was last year.
April of 22? Or was it April of 21?
think
April
it-
of 22. You're right.
22.
You're right. Last year in Green Bay and then on Sunday here.
Nice.
So, where does Shinedown? I'll ask both of you because I don't think I know a single one of their songs. But I'm not like that's not my wheelhouse. Like, where do they rank as far as a band going on tour? Like, so 20 years. So it's not quite these bands a little bit older, like a Green Day, Pearl
Right.
Jam, Soundgarden. I don't think they travel any. But like, where do they fall in that mix as far as popularity? I don't want to get into who's better. Clearly, Pearl Jam and Green Day.
No,
are better,
I
but,
think
like,
they're pretty. I think they're surprisingly. For me, for someone who doesn't really know any of their music, I think they're surprisingly big.
But are they big within a certain, like, they're not crossover. Like, they're not, like, popular amongst, like, regular folks know who Shinedown.
No.
Like, they have a very passionate fan
Yeah,
base.
it might be like a little bit like cult following, kind of
But that's
like a Grateful Dead kind of vibe,
that's-
maybe.
well, that's-
at
well,
the
that's a
same-
little dramatic.
Not the same level, but like
So, like,
people who
most-
are
like-
fans of
like
Shinedown.
most-
I bet most people that are fans of Shinedown are in a similar boat to Strofe that have been to multiple shows.
So they're like a mid band because these mid bands who are good have a very, like, loyal group of people that will follow them and see them everywhere they go. They have enough to fill it, but it's not like they are crossover where they are in the American bloodstream where today
Right.
we were talking about, hey, name your favorite Taylor Swift song, and everyone had one.
Yeah, and almost all different.
I couldn't tell you 20 words that are in a Shinedown song. So, like, that, so it kind of helps give context to it. But I do want to ask this. Matt, have you gone to a concert solo before?
No. Right, not.
Alex, please share, and then I want to ask the audience which is sadder, but share your experience going solo to Shinedown, which I would imagine that because it is kind of a niche group with a passionate fan base, they are welcoming.
Yeah,
The sad
I mean,
boys.
I guess I wasn't really like trying. I wasn't out there shaking hands and being like, "Hey, I'm alone," right? So like,
I could just see it too. Hi, I'm Alex Strofe, WBA winner. I'm here alone. Can I hang out with you?
Do you think Shinedown has like a high percentage of people that end up having to go alone to the media? Like,
no, I mean,
like,
I saw one other
because
guy
that's
that
a
was
hard
clearly
one.
alone.
Now, before we get to this, I want to ask this question. Well, so Alex, does your significant other, she like Shinedown?
She does, yeah.
She
yeah,
does? Okay,
yeah.
but not enough to go see him in concert?
Well, so I bought a ticket. The doors open at 6:00 on Sunday. I bought a ticket at 5:40.
Okay.
So it was a very last minute decision by me.
So let me ask, because do you think she really likes Shinedown? Because I asked this like this. My sister-in-law, like a couple years ago, finally told my brother that like she can like tolerate Fish. He's a huge
Sure,
Fish fan.
sure.
And like, but like he is obsessed with Fish. Same with
Yeah.
Grateful Dead. She's like,
Sure.
they're fine. But earlier in the, I mean, up until like they've been together for like a decade. For like the first 7 years, she faked it and finally was like, they're fine. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I
We're
get
married.
that.
I'm out. Like
That's nice of her to put on the
And
facade that long.
divorce.
Right. Well, because
But-
she's not terrible. She's just like not her cup of tea.
No, so my girlfriend likes them. Not like I love them. They're probably, if not my favorite band of all time.
Are they
they're
your
my
musical soulmate?
one of- I don't believe in soulmates, so
Okay.
no comment.
Not even musically, huh?
But she likes a couple songs, whereas I know every word to their entire discography because I'm a nerd. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So she can like tolerate them. Like a few songs.
Yeah,
might, like,
they've kind of gotten softer recently. Like their new album, there's a couple of like
you
piano
wanna-
ballads, and so she likes those. But like the harder stuff, she's not a huge fan of, which I am.
because I would imagine their demo, like how much of that was like
Yeah, what was
boys,
the ratio at this concert?
young men your age.
I would say pretty 50-50.
Oh, really?
They'd actually, I mean, they did a part where it was like, ladies, fellas.
But like, how many of those ladies were there? Maybe even tolerating it
I
with
was
their
I was
boyfriends?
surrounded by women that knew every word.
But with
All right.
okay, all right.
No,
Well,
I mean, yeah, like I think a lot of them might have been in the same situation as Strofe's girlfriend, but I think there's fans out there too. There's gotta be, right?
absolutely. So Alex, go ahead. I just want to know, like, Matt, was there a band that you've faked it? Please don't. I don't want to hear this.
No. You just turn it down a little.
A little bit more. Can you just do a little bit quieter? Is there? I mean, the difference between them and Nickelback or whomever, it's you might as well just play any of them.
I thought this was Nickelback.
Is this Silverback? That's my favorite band, Silverback. Shineback. I was putting two bands together. I was like,
Oh, Silverback. Well,
Yeah.
where'd you get silver?
I don't know.
The S from Shinedown, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shineback.
There you go. That would have been
Silverback.
Better.
I
That
don't
would've
know.
been Better, yeah.
I'm sure there's a
Nickel down.
Nickel down. There you go. Anyways, is there a band that you think that your wife is fake to like for you? Because I feel like you wouldn't fake the other way. I feel like women are the gender that are more likely to be like, I'll just put up with this moron's bad musical taste. And then at some point, I'll just tell them like, no, this stinks.
I don't think she's a huge fan of my Bon Iver record collection. I don't think she dislikes it, but there's some very like odd, like kind of like soundscape spots that just kind of sound noisy, and I'm really into it, but I can see why some people wouldn't be. So I think that's in it. And then there's another band called the Mars Volta, really fast, kind of like rock and roll. I just don't think that's her vibe either. It's like a mix of Latin rock and roll kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. They sing a little bit in Spanish, a lot of English. They're all over the place with their like time and tempo. I just don't think Jen's a really big fan of like songs that change time very often.
No, that makes sense. And I think maybe Jen's similar to my wife. My wife, it's not that she listens to like just pop music, but she likes the songs that there is a formula for pop music. So she can know the lyrics just like my kids do. Know the lyrics, sing with them, and kind of like, it's not an emotional experience for her. The emotional experience is like, hey, I like the way this song makes me feel happy, it makes me get moving, I can run to this song, I can work around the house to this song, and not like, this is really deep lyrics, or like, wow, the instrument arrangement is amazing, which is how I try to listen to music. I get made fun of all the time, but my brother and my wife, like, I like all types of music, so it's not like, it's more of like, if it like touches my musical, like, where it's like, I like this. It might not be this certain type of music I normally listen to, but if it has a hard guitar riff, I don't care what it is. If in its original lyrics, I'm kind of in on it. Or if it's a great hip hop, I'm in on it.
Right. My wife's a big fan of like the EDM build-up beats.
Okay.
Where they like build and build and build for almost like a minute and a half, and then they kind of like hit their plateau, and then they'll do it again. A lot of like strong female voices in those kind of EDM things. I think she likes Doja Cat a lot. And stuff like that. Not necessarily. I don't dislike it.
Your wife is hip.
My wife is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not necessarily my jam, but I definitely would play along with her music taste most of the time.
So, Alex, before we get to Ed and Madtown defending you, give us your rundown of your sad boy evening.
Oh, why do you keep calling it sad boy? I was like the happiest I've been in a long time. It was an awesome experience.
I'm sure it was, and I'm sure there's something, what's the word, cathartic about going to a social event by yourself.
I've always wanted to go to a concert by myself. I've never done it.
It just seems, I don't know.
It's just something I've always wanted to try.
Ever want to go
I don't know how to explain. I don't know that I'd do it again.
See, I like experience music with people. That's what I like about
I
concerts.
do too.
So I want
too.
important people that also. I mean, I'd rather go by myself than like with someone who didn't want to go.
But it's what? It's 15 minutes from my apartment. It's right up the road. It's my favorite band. I knew I was going to kick myself if I didn't go. It's my favorite venue. Very true. So I was like, yeah, I'll go by myself. So it wasn't
a little sad boy party.
I'll give it a
try.
From
the outside looking in, it sounds like a sad boy party.
Dude,
but
I walked away smiling ear to ear.
I'm glad.
I was pumped. What
was the song that got you most biggest smile? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I always love. They do a great cover of Lynyrd Skynyrd's "Simple Man."
Which is not a great start where you're leading with. My favorite band plays a cover of another band. Like,
well,
that's my favorite song.
They do an amazing version.
I do really enjoy covers.
I know, but like you wouldn't be like my favorite band. My favorite thing about them is the cover they do of another song.
No, but that always gets me. It always puts goosebumps. What other songs did they play that I hadn't seen before? You know the song "Sound of Madness"? Kind of heavy.
Yeah, "Sound of Madness."
Play along, Matt. Let's go.
Start it up. Remind me how it goes.
My voice doesn't go that deep, I don't think.
Don't worry about it. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is how you remind me the sounds of madness are? Is that how that song goes? is that it? Let's get to Ed and Madtown. Ed, what's going on?
Hey, man, I think Strophe and I are Shinedown soulmates. I've seen Shinedown. I wanted to go this time, but my wife can't go to the loud, crowded forums anymore. She had I won't go into her issue, but she can't go to these type of things. And I was just dying. I knew they were coming to town.
Strope's your guy, man.
Next time they come to town,
I know he
gotta go with Strope.
Hey, I'm the president of the fan club, guys. Come on now. There's a reason for this.
And you were a fan of Shinedown prior to Strope?
Huge. Yes, Amaryllis. Threat to Survival, Attention, The Evil Whisper. My favorite song off there.
Albums or just words?
Albums.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be like the game we play where we go Brewer or Badger.
right. Or is Ed and Madtown having a stroke and he's just shouting out random words?
Yeah, well, these are the albums.
Okay.
But I saw them at the Overture Center. And it's weird going to a place at the Over Center because when all the ushers are like 60, 70-year-old men and women that are letting you in, and they're playing this loud music, they obviously had probably earplugs in and maybe even hearing aids for all I know.
It does seem like an odd venue for Shinedown.
Yeah, you'd think that would be like a Shinedown cover with like an orchestra or something like that. Which I'd probably be more into than actually Shinedown.
You guys missed out the pyro. They have fireworks inside the Sylvia. You know, you've been to several Bucks games, right, Jim? With the things that pump out the flames.
So warm.
They had 8 of those on the stage.
Wow.
So I was sweating my ass off after the show. So I connived my way into the pit, and I made a friend with an older drunk lady. In
the pit? All right.
She saved my spot because I wanted to go get a Coors Light before the show, but I wanted to be in the pit. And she said, I will put my elbows out, go get a beer. And I said, well, you're so nice, and I thought she was just trying to get rid of me. And she let me back in.
Did you buy her a beer?
I offered, and she said she didn't want one.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
But good for you.
At least you offered. At least you did the gentlemanly thing. So now with a concert, do you like being in the pit?
No.
Or do you like being in the seats?
Here's the thing. I'm probably not going to see any band that has a pit anymore.
Same.
I'm down with the standing front stage room where you're a little bit shoulder to shoulder. But the second somebody thinks that swinging their elbows around to the beat of the song is a good idea, I am out.
What just happened?
Why is it on my microphone again?
Tauscher didn't want to breathe into your mic.
Well, I appreciate that.
He was making sure that you didn't have a spitty mic.
Maybe if you walked in before 2:01, you'd take that off beforehand.
I wear many hats here. It wasn't like I was just having my feet up, hanging out at the beach before I got here.
I wasn't implying that.
So I'll go with, let's ask this question right now to start. When you go to a concert, we'll get to Sad Boy Strofe and like what's worse, like going to a movie by yourself or going.
No, it's not a movie. I honestly think the more comparable one is dinner by yourself, like at a restaurant, or a concert by yourself. I think that's more comparable.
Dinner or a concert?
Yeah, which one's more embarrassing to go to by yourself?
Oh, you can't really blend in at a restaurant.
Sure, you can. Sit at the bar.
Yeah. I'll eat by myself.
I mean, I've done both. But
when I travel, I eat by myself almost all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's that. Like, it's the concert solo seems so weird to me. I bet even Ed in Madtown, he didn't go. He wanted to, but his wife couldn't go. Didn't have anyone to go with, so he didn't go.
Yeah.
Strofe is like, I'm going.
Just a quick look at the text line. Tim in Oregon says, Shinedown rocks, not for the wife particularly. Brett in Eau Claire says, I'm on Team Strofe on this one. And the Adam in Madison says, Shinedown has the best Skinner cover out there.
Okay, but what does that have to do with going to a show by yourself? When he says I'm with Strofe on this one, I think they're just saying, like, I like Shinedown too.
Yes.
Which is fine.
No, I think they're like, what's wrong with you?
No.
You guys think it's sad I went by myself?
It's not sad, but it's definitely weird.
Well, no, I like.
I've never claimed to be normal.
I'm not saying sad that like I'm embarrassed for you or anything. It's just like I would never do it. I couldn't even imagine myself. It could be my favorite artist of all time, but if they're like, here's one ticket, I don't know if I would really want to go.
You guys got to have a little bit more self-confidence. You guys lack that, clearly.
I go to dinner by myself.
I'll go to dinner by myself.
I have all the confidence in the world. I'd even sit down at a table. I don't need to sit at the bar. I'll sit and eat a dinner by myself, no problem.
844-770-3776. This is our first Iron Jock poll question. Which is the saddest scenario? Going to a concert by yourself, eating dinner by yourself, or going to a movie by yourself?
Oh, okay. That's good. That's fine. I like
because, Strope, I think you're dead wrong on the confidence thing. Matt and I, traveling or just in our regular jobs, like, do a lot of things by ourselves. We're totally fine with it. We're just not weirdos who go to concerts by themselves. At Canopy Wealth Management, they take the time to truly get to know and understand the dynamics of your values, goals, and plans for your family. No family fits your generic mold, and neither should your financial plan. At Canopy, their clients' financial goals are something they're constantly striving to help reach maximum potential, which is why they work solely in your best interest. You define your goals, and they work towards making them happen with their comprehensive financial planning. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started with them today. That's canopy-wealth.com. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, you know what I don't get? Why is that company always telling you to just do what? What is it? To just look like everybody else? Or maybe just pay way too much for your shoes? Well, at Skechers, we know what we want you to do. Just slip in. That's right, just slip in to new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Why? Because slip-ins are the easiest, most comfortable shoes ever. You don't have to bend down to put them on. You don't even have to touch them. Find slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton, judgmental Jim Rutledge, Rutledge and Hamilton.
You're going to call me old. My back hurt this morning. So you can help crack my back.
Why is that's weird?
You getting a phone call? What's going on?
That was me calling. What? Pocket dial.
How old is Matt Hamilton?
Yeah, my back hurts and I pocket dial. My pocket loves to call people.
Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton. Presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.5 ESPN. Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to the activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Aubrey Schlimgen here, your 2023 Dane County Fairs of the Fair. The 2023 Dane County Fair has a full lineup of fun-filled entertainment and activities. Celebrating our 173 years, the Dane County Fair is putting on an exciting fair with daily free entertainment that includes Paul Bunyan lumberjack shows, stingray encounters, and magical bubbles. We have a week full of some amazing musical entertainment as well. The Dane County Fair runs July 20th through the 23rd, and gates are open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. For more information, visit our website, danecountyfair.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Goodbye, so long, see you later, good night. Did you get what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? So long, we hope you enjoyed the ride.
It's not what I wanted. No.
Is this what you wanted?
No.
We don't need supervision.
Is this more Shinedown?
Yes.
Yeah, this is What You Wanted off their new album.
Yeah, is this what you wanted? No.
Are they like most bands where, yeah, it's not quite the same? Like, they have something to say, and they're really something when they come out, and then later on you're like, it's fine. Like, they're not as good. Like, when you're at the concert, you're like, were you excited about the new stuff, or did you want the old stuff?
I want a little bit of both. This is the second concert I've seen them touring this album. So they played new stuff that I didn't see last year, which I enjoyed, and then they played all the hits.
Well, because there's the old trope of like, hey, as soon as someone's like, we're going to play things off our new album, boo! And nobody wants to hear your new album. They just want to hear the hits, especially Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, basically. I'll take a couple deep cuts here and there.
Yeah, but off the new album, you still want a deep cut off of an album
It was
you
a good
know
mixture.
real well.
Yeah, off of the album I know real well. Typically, I don't really want to hear much of their new.
I mean, they played a lot of stuff because, as I mentioned, it's their 20-year anniversary of being since their first album. So they played like 4 or 5 songs off the oldest album and probably like 3 or 4 off the new one.
Okay.
And then a couple off everyone in between.
We did ask the question, an Iron Jock poll question, after Alex Strofe attended the Shinedown concert by himself. Did you tag Shinedown in this in some effort to get them to acknowledge that you went to this by yourself?
Yes. In order for them to acknowledge I'm being made fun of.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Right. I mean, that was so
You
so
are so
obvious.
slick.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
You'd be like they're gonna think you're like a Make-A-Wish kid. They're gonna be like, all right, come on in, and we'll give you a T-shirt. Come on, special guy.
We're going to save you a spot in the pit.
Damn straight.
Oh,
Just put me on stage next time.
What's the weirdest thing to do alone? And I'm glad this is a poll question, because like otherwise, good God.
Yeah, don't open that one up.
Right. Right now, it is, as we look at it, we have go to a concert, we have go to a movie, or go to a dinner. Right now, going to a dinner by yourself is number 1. Going to a concert, number 2. Going to a movie, number 3. Willie Nash chimes in. None of this is weird. Really, none of it's weird to you, but in general, society would find all 3 weird. I'm not saying...
We're not saying which is weird. We're saying which is the weirdest.
Right.
You know what I think? I think society's too judgmental. That's what I think.
Be curious, right?
Be curious.
Not judgmental.
Why people are going to do these things on there. I'm not saying you're a weirdo for doing these things.
You called me a weirdo 6 times last segment.
Like, you're a weirdo for a million different reasons.
That I won't disagree with.
Like, this is just like a cherry on top. What I'm saying, it is a weirdo behavior, and I'm fine owning. Like, there's like going to dinner by myself, and again, I would eat at the bar. I would be considered probably an outlier.
According to this poll so far, yeah.
But like, to me, that's not weird. It's just one of those things that will happen. I'll eat lunch by myself at a restaurant. One of my favorite things. Like, go down Vintage. I get a cup of coffee. I get a water. I get like one of their salads there, and I think and like have time to myself, and nobody's bothering me. I can eat how I want to eat.
Hold on a minute.
It's pleasant.
I feel like sitting at the bar is like too much of a caveat, right? Because that's like I don't know what the concert equivalent of that would be if I bought like a seat. Because the Sylvia only has, 100 seats?
It's not, no, because you have a choice. When you walk in, you can just go to the bar. Like, it's just making the best of a situation. That's all.
So that's like renting out a theater for yourself. I feel like it's too much of a caveat.
No, it's not a caveat. If I go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton and I want to get myself a steak sandwich and an old fashioned and talk to Kevin, like anyone should do, or you could go there for, look, if I go there date night with my wife, I'm going to go into the wonderful dining room they have there. But Matt talked about it, the Horseshoe Bar and the casual atmosphere and everything they have going on there. Like, I could just go sit down at Ruth's and feel very comfortable, maybe talking to the people around me, but maybe I'm just going to sit there.
Chat with Kevin.
Chat with Kevin and just get myself a sandwich. But that's the first thing you do when you walk in. The bar is right there. People eat at the bar. It's not like I'm trying to eat in the back with the chef so nobody sees me. I'm still out in person.
I feel like the fact that every restaurant, including Ruth's Chris, has such a bar option that if it's an option everywhere, it shouldn't be. It's not a caveat.
Yeah, and I guess maybe it's the type of job that I do, and you travel a ton. So, like, for me, it's not abnormal to eat by myself at a restaurant at all, and usually I just go to the bar for it.
So, less so now, but back when I first started playing with Schuster, he was like the pickiest eater on the planet. There were times where I ended up going to get food by myself because he wouldn't have found anything on the menu at this restaurant that I wanted to go to. So, I don't think it's that.
Yeah, we're not going to Applebee's and getting sat by the waitress at a table by ourselves and getting the 3 combo for $20.
Yeah. Besides, if I go to Applebee's, I'm sitting at the bar so I can get the app deal. You can't get that at the table.
Yeah, you gotta get that deal.
Exactly.
You see them make that Oreo shake right in front of you.
You know, I gotta be honest, Jim. I've never understood your judgment towards Applebee's. I still to this day don't.
I don't understand you liking Applebee's.
I haven't been inside of an Applebee's in several years.
Or any chain restaurant.
No, I don't get me wrong. I prefer
they're
local
just
over
my
chains.
favorite. Like,
I agree with you.
Whipping post on it. That's all. Like, they're just the one because they got the guy made a terrible song about it. But like,
correct.
And then you brought it up, and then we were able, and then you got a little defensive
just
about
because
it.
Shinedown is the Applebee's of music doesn't mean you have to get offended by it.
All right. Well, now I'm offended.
That's a little strong.
Austin chimes in, going to a movie by yourself is actually kind of nice. I sometimes prefer it.
I know a lot of people in that boat.
I might have to go see, what is it, Oppenheimer? I might go see that one by myself because I want to see it in the theater. I would imagine there's probably some value to seeing it in the theater. But I don't think my wife's going to want to go see that. And if I go with my wife, I got to get the babysitter, the whole thing. Well, maybe, again, I'm in Oklahoma City the next couple of days. Maybe after dinner tomorrow night, I'll go see Oppenheimer by myself at the theater in OKC.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I honestly, I think it's a good idea. It looks like a great flick. I do want to see it.
But it's not like a date night flick. And then it's like, do I want to watch it at my house? It's not going to have the same effect, even though I have.
Well, and then you're going to have to, not that it sounds like it's going to be like a scary movie or anything, but your kids are going to have zero interest / you don't want to explain what's going on.
It's probably It's probably a long movie too, which means we'll watch it after the kids go to bed. So my wife and I will start it, which means we probably won't finish it that night.
Which means your wife will fall asleep, and then you'll be like, "Do I finish it or do I pause it and tell her she fell asleep and then change it?"
Yeah, absolutely. Nick and Madison chimes in. I have no problem going to dinner by myself. I hardly talk when I'm stuffing my face, anyways. Yeah, I hate Thank God I don't have to do this again, but the dating process and having to eat in front of people, it's like, no, I don't like that. I just want to be able to eat. You go out to dinner, not like you're like a savage when you're out, but if you go out to eat with your significant other after you've been with them a while and your wife, it's like I'm just going to eat this, and maybe I'm going to pick up the T-bone steak, and if you're at home, I'm just going to eat some of the meat off the bone. Whatever. I'm not trying to impress you anymore.
See, I went
I'm a savage.
I went straight for the show your real colors. On my first date with Jen, we decided to go. I took her to get ice cream cones.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Cute date. Seems like a cute date. You learn a lot about a person, how they eat an ice cream cone. My wife did not understand that as it starts to drip, you're supposed to eat around the ice cream cone. This thing was just dripping all over her hand. It was the worst.
Hey now.
The worst effort I've ever seen anyone have at an ice cream cone. And I've watched toddlers eat ice cream cones before. And this was one of the worst I've ever seen.
I will say
Quit
this.
That.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
Quit that one. I want to tell my wife I told the world about our first date. It was bad. We had walked away.
So how much ice cream did she have on her hand? Because for an example here, I took my youngest to Nola to Dairy Queen once, and they got a dip cone. And this was a year ago. She was 5. Disaster. Total miss by me. I should have just gone to either gotten her a Blizzard there or gotten her a concrete mixer, eat with a spoon, because she coned, just her face, her hands, everything.
So, Jen, we ended up walking, got 100 yards away. We were over at the Union Terrace, and they had, I think it was Babcock ice cream or something down there. We had gotten it. We started to walk away. I literally walked back and got her more napkins because it was so bad. I kid you not. She ended up throwing away half the cone, which had all melted ice cream in it. She literally tried to eat an ice cream cone for an hour. That doesn't work because it's a summer day and it's melting. So she probably only ate half of it. A quarter of it probably melted on her hands and in this napkin. And then she looks at me and asks me to throw it away and hands me this ice cream covered half-eaten cone. It was filled with ice cream juice. It was funny. That's how I knew this girl does not care. She is just showing me her true colors, and I'm I like that.
Well, there you go. It
worked out.
Yeah, no facade up there. Kyle Pond chimes in. If they're at an Applebee's, then they're at the Beaver Dam Applebee's. Another one chimes in. I've done all three, which is going to a movie by himself, eating dinner by himself, and going to a concert by himself. Or this could be a woman with no name attached to it. The concert is for sure the most depressing to go to alone.
I've never done a movie. I've done dinner and now the concert.
I want Strofe to go for the trifecta, like those Philly fans that can go to
live
all
behind
the
a movie
events.
theater, so
I think you should try and get one day where you can go to a concert by yourself, a movie by yourself, and then go out and get yourself dinner.
Just a me day.
Just
a day all about me.
Document it to yourself. You take a couple videos on your phone. I think by the end of it,
I'd do it.
You will be talking to your phone like it's the person at dinner with you.
Her, was that movie with Joaquin Phoenix where the dating the robot or whatever,
right,
or the AI?
Weird. We live in those times now, which is strange.
Well,
I'm getting closer
Some
to
people might live in those.
Well, I'm saying we are in a time where that is reality.
Yes,
people can date an AI.
Well, more power to them. Maybe they're. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Honestly, no, hold on. Time out. Jim, I know for a matter of fact you would give somebody a less of a hard time if they had an intimate relationship with an AI than me for going to a Shinedown concert by myself. I know that for a fact.
That's because he likes you.
You're right. But you have to add layers to it, because if there's certain people, whether it's extreme anxiety or looks or whatever, like human or AI companionship, there's a case to be made that there's a positive to it. If there's people out there who have been alone and they're like 50 years old and they've never dated or just never been able to find any connection, nobody wants to date them, it's better than what? It's the same idea of like social media. If you don't have the ability to communicate with people, there's a value to having some sort of connection to the outside world. Same thing with this AI stuff. You just not being able to have any friends that have bad musical taste is on you, Alex Stroh. I'm the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years, thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected, thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with his game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com to learn more. I've dropped nearly 30 pounds and nearly about 13% in body fat. You can do that, too. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
In a land carved by glaciers and shaped by champions, Trapper's Turn is a specialty golfing experience. 27 holes designed by two-time U.S. Open champion Andy North present an enjoyable challenge at any level. Nestled between beautiful pines, the all-new 12 North Par 3 course offers the ultimate in golfing fun. Refuel and unwind with year-round dining in the heart of the picturesque Dells. Golf time is precious. Spend it somewhere beautiful. This is Trapper's Turn. Book your tee time at trappersturn.com.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. For close to 155 years, Leinie's has stayed true to the Jacob Leinekugel's vision for combining German brewing traditions of his homeland with innovative spirit of his new home here in Wisconsin. Today, you'll find that spirit alive and well inside their wide range of German-inspired beers, from shandies to IPAs, Weiss to Bocks. They've got the beer for any flavor and any moment. You'll find me out on the water this summer drinking some nice summer shandies from Leinekugel's beer. You must be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because they never charge over the MSRP.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today. by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC. If you're looking to fill the vacant space in your commercial building, the local agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group are eager to grow your bottom line. Head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
I like this Shinedown song, Alex.
Shut up, Matt.
Oh, this isn't Shinedown, is it?
Kind of had a...
thought it was off their new album.
Peter Griffin.
Kind of went in a new direction.
Shut up, Meg, sort of.
I'm going to come in there.
Vibe to your statement there. This is...
Hey, shut up.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
He's Hamilton.
By yourself at your favorite Shinedown show.
There you go. Which is the saddest place to crush Coors Light solo?
But it's probably the silver lining of the show.
See what you did there. Silver.
Hey.
Silver bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
That silver lining's just shining down on you.
So right now, concert has overtaken going to dinner as far as the saddest thing to do solo.
I was wondering when that was going to happen. I knew it had to. But
I think of the three options, it does win. Right? Like, I would tend to agree with you guys.
Right, because sometimes going to dinner, like, if you end up in a city by yourself, like, you're inevitably going to have to, unless you're so afraid you get it to go and go eat it in your hotel room.
I'm actually shocked by the amount of people that go to movies by themselves. I've never gone to a movie by myself.
Well, and it could
I'm
be
just not a big movie theater fan person, but I know so many people that just love the theater and go on their own.
Depends on the movie. I don't need to see...
I'd be willing to bet Jesse Nelson's a solo movie guy.
Is that because he told you that before the show?
No, that was...
because who's going to a movie with Jesse Nelson?
I would have bet that before. He just seems like a guy who's like... Actually, you know what? He really wanted to see that Batman movie a couple years ago,
Jim,
when we
first
first hung out.
You want to know the best part? So me and Matt were talking before the show because you were tied up with something else about this topic and about what's the weirdest thing to do. And he went out and pulled The Office. I stayed in the studio, but I had a source report back to me that Jesse Nelson, Hunter Vaughn, and Ryan Wollersheim were the three that said, oh, it's not weird to go to a movie by yourself. Are those the three people you really want to be listening to?
Now that I'm thinking about it, the couple friends in my friend group maybe wouldn't be the guys that I want to listen to about that either.
Thank you very much.
The kind of guys that seem like the kind of guys that would go to a movie by themselves.
But again, so they're all...
But it makes sense because I don't necessarily need to talk to anybody during a movie. I only want to talk to somebody after the movie. And maybe before, like, talking about, like, maybe your expectation for it and then talk about how it went. But during the movie, being by yourself is the same as being with somebody. I'm not trying to talk to you.
Is it that much? Is our movies like date exclusive? Like I remember I used to go with like friends once in a while to see a movie, but and maybe go as a group.
I definitely went on more date movie trips than I'd have on like gone with friends or solo.
So at some point, like your buddy go, hey, let's go see this movie. Okay, like Die Hard or something.
Right.
I'm not that old. I didn't see Die Hard in theater, but like you get the idea of like Terminator 2 or something, or your parents took you. But and again, for my purposes, like we have to get a babysitter to go see a movie. If there's a movie I really want to see in the theater, I think like the last one would have been like one of the Star Wars. I don't think I'm going to do again. Oppenheimer could be a different choice there because my kids aren't going to want to see it. Like my oldest now, she can go see the Star Wars or Spider-Man or like some of the other ones where my wife might be lukewarm on it. Rosie and I can just go see those. Right. And when Nola gets a little bit older, she can come too. And so like they'll just go with me. Mm-hmm. But at certain times, like if I really want to see a movie in the theater, my wife's not that into it. Am I going to drag her on a date night and we're going to get a babysitter to something she doesn't want to see? And if I really want to see it in the theater, I just go see it. So that's really normal to me. Going to see Shinedown. And like that's the biggest thing, honestly. If we put it as going to Shinedown concert solo, it would be like 100%. Well, that we all know. Because winners don't go do that. Winners do go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. You can go there Saturday, July 29th for kabooming cash from 2 until 5 o'clock. 4 winners every half hour can win between $500 and $3,000 cash money by playing their puck drop game. And, of course, winners go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. And we'll be joined by Jason Wilde a little bit later in the show. But go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. And was it over $10 million in jackpots last month. They're going to top that this month. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wisconsin football wide receiver Chimere Dike joined Rutledge and Hamilton on ESPN Madison last week and talked about the excitement in the program under the new regime led by head coach Luke Fickell entering the season.
I expect to, go out and win every game. The way Coach Fickell and the rest of the staff prepares, that's what we're ready for. We don't take the rest of the Big Ten for granted. We know, it's going to take a lot, and, we have to be prepared every single week, but, I have a lot of confidence in my guys.
Find the full interview with Chimere Dike on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st, and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is in full swing from Breeze Stevens Field. The Flamingos' next home match is Thursday, July 20th at 7 p.m. FMFC will take on Mexican side Atlante FC in an international friendly right here in Madison. Bucks basketball star and mayor of Milwaukee, Bobby Portis, will also be there shaking hands and meeting fans pregame on a first-come, first-served basis. To purchase tickets for this match or any FMFC game this season, head to www.forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison. Fun for all.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjock.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
When's the last time you were afraid? I haven't been afraid a day in my life.
The dead don't die, the heart still beats, head held high, I haunt these streets, life still me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Knock me down, 6 feet deep, one more round, no reprieve, life still me 100,000.
Matt doesn't like movies that make him feel.
I don't. Well, no, there's movies that I just don't like movies that don't seem unique.
That movie was incredibly unique. Nobody tells that story. In Manchester by the
exactly, and
Sea.
there's a reason, because it was a terrible movie.
No, it was a great movie. It was not. It was horrible from like me, and I think they should put a like you do like ratings, like they need to let people know that like whatever the movie
Guaranteed to hate yourself after you watch
well,
it.
like, and the movie's old enough. I don't know if that's spoiled. Like, hey, kids are gonna die in this. So like for me as a parent, like you know what, I don't want that tonight, or I don't want that ever. So like I want to know ahead of time that like, hey, that's gonna be on the table, because I wasn't expecting that. And yes, it destroyed me. It was hard to finish it, but it was one of those movies like I'll never watch it again. But the fact that a movie can make you feel that much in one movie, it was heart-wrenching throughout. And I was like, respect, I'm never watching it again. I will never watch that movie again.
I think the first little bit of the movie, I got a little upset, kind of expecting something different, you know, and basically from then on, I just turned off feelings and was just angry.
Okay.
So basically the whole 2/3 of the movie, I just watched it through a red filter because I was just furious that I had wasted money on this. And again, I'm sure it did win an Academy Award, and I'm sure a lot of people really enjoyed it. I just fumed after watching that movie.
Brett O'Clair chimes in with this question. Would you be more inclined to go golfing by yourself more than the other three activities you mentioned?
100%.
Golfing by yourself. I was golfing with someone. They had to leave at like the 12th hole. They got busy, so I did the last like 6 holes by myself. Glorious. Really rare.
It's got to be peaceful.
Yeah.
That being said, when you like sign up to golf by yourself, you're not actually golfing by yourself.
Exactly.
More often than not, you're getting paired up with maybe another single, which is fun.
Oh,
it's
that's
harder.
brutal. That part, like, I want no part of it.
Getting paired up with another single is a lot nicer than getting paired up with like 2 or 3 buddies and you're just rounding out their group.
Yeah,
like at least
I
the
agree
other
with that.
single's kind of there. He's like, well, we can either both just play our game. Maybe we just let him go ahead and play, and you just split your group up, or maybe they're looking to chat and make a friend, right?
Yeah.
It's the ones that are already established because they booked it, and they're like, God, I hope I don't get paired up with anybody. So when they find out they get the single, like they're already like, it doesn't matter how cool you are, you're gonna have to break that like shell. You're gonna have to break that exterior where they're like, I just wanted to play with my buddy and ignore you.
Yes.
If I wanted to drink 12 beers on this course, I didn't want to be judged by the single that came out. Some try-hard golfer that wants to score his best round ever.
No, that's a great point, and it's so rare to actually be able to play truly golf by yourself. So, I mean, again, the only time I think I actually played golf myself was when someone had to leave the group early. I hate getting paired with people for golf. Like, I don't want to, like, if I'm there to golf and I'm there solo, I'm there to, like, I want to golf and, like, maybe get better. I don't want to have someone judging my game or talking me up. Like, just do your thing. Maybe just, why don't you hit off and I'll wait a little bit and I'll just play behind you and you just do your thing.
I've had 2 experiences that way, though. I've had really terrible partners that I've actually just told them, go play by them, go on. I'm gonna
go play with yourself.
Yeah, go play by yourself because I'm gonna play 2 golf balls or something. Like, I'll make an excuse why you should go alone. But I've also met some really amazing people on golf courses. I played as a solo because my other 3 people that I was supposed to play with in Las Vegas, none of them went to bed the night before. So I got left as a single. I got paired up with a local. The guy ended up being like this sergeant in the Air Force and used to fly fighter jets for like 20 years. And was telling me all about his experiences and stuff. Honestly, it was one of the best rounds of golf as a signal I've ever played because this guy was just a hoot and a half, and I was very interested in the life of a fighter pilot.
Let's get out to Zena D 844-770-3776.
Howdy, this is my sundown impression.
Oh my gosh! Stroke,
That was
you owe me
horrible.
$5.
That was horrible.
Z, he said you were calling and you didn't give him the context, and I said $5. Z and the D is a Shinedown fan.
I'm not. I don't mind them. I don't listen. I don't go out of the way to go on Spotify or any other music perform and go to listen to them. But if they're on there, I'm going to listen to them.
Okay.
But as far as doing the stuff solo, I think going to the concert is the biggest one going solo. Just because. You know, usually when you go to concerts, you want to go with some buddies and just want to rave about it. So, because usually I go out of town for work a lot. Like right now I'm in Manitowoc. I'm staying overnight in Green Bay. And I'm going to go to a movie and a dinner by myself solo. So
What
that's
movie?
What I do. I'm always out of town. I was thinking, I haven't really decided yet. So I was thinking the controversial movie. Can't even think of what it's called again. Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, no, that's a hard pass for me. I'm all filled up on my propaganda movies. But yeah.
What movie?
Don't even say the name of it because
Sound
it's
of
not worth
Freedom?
it. Yeah.
What's it called?
Sound of Freedom. It's a propaganda movie starring some lunatic Jim Caviezel. Yeah, it's full propaganda.
Let's
horse
put it
crap.
up in a poll.
Jim does not
Z,
like
do
a
you
lot of people,
promise
I've
to
noticed
follow the poll results? We'll put up a poll, and you can go to whichever movie the fans vote on.
I mean, movies are farcical, and so like the problem with Sound of Freedom is that it is a made-up movie that they pretend is real, and so like that's why it's controversial.
I don't know what that means.
Like it's a made up story about something that guy has no proof actually happened, but they're saying based on a true story. So like that's the problem.
Would this be weird though? Going to karaoke by yourself?
I honestly respect it.
Are you good?
You better be good.
Oh, I know I'm good.
Okay, then it's not that weird. If you're not good, it's very weird.
There's a good karaoke bar on the east side of Green Bay, Z. I can send you the details on that.
Is it a cubby hole?
A cubby hole?
Is it the cubby hole?
No, that is not the name of the bar.
I know they have karaoke on Tuesday nights, so I might go to that after the movie. I haven't decided yet.
All right, well, have yourself a night there,
Yeah.
Z and the D.
Thank you.
The cubby hole sounds like a bar we'd find Strove at, huh?
Right? Yeah.
It sounds like a strip club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Half price apps, just like Applebee's.
Right?
The cubby hole.
You guys are idiots.
At least the mountains will be blue.
Absolutely. Mountains are blue at the Cubby Hole. Alex Strouf's favorite establishment in the Green Bay area.
I've honestly never even heard of that place.
Apparently they got
great
karaoke.
Do you think they serve Door County Distillery at the Cubby Hole up in Green Bay?
Great question, Jim. I didn't know this was a location until about 14 seconds ago, so I can't answer that confidently. But I can tell you there's tons of locations down here in the Madison area with Door County Distillery that you can pick up and make sure you're the hit of any summer gathering. They've got the big green bottle of gin. They've got great bourbon. They've got great vodka. Anything you could need, anything you could want, Door County Distillery makes it, and they make it damn well. Award-winning, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits. Go to their website, doorcountydistillery.com. They've got a great list of unique cocktail recipes that I mentioned will sure be the hit of any summer gathering as summer rolls on here. They've got great alternatives to like Moscow Mules and Bloody Marys. Go check it out, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you. Rutledge and Hamilton, hour number 2, coming up next right after this. Presented by Coors Light.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strouf, your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Enjoy affordable family fun with the return of the NASCAR Xfinity Series to Road America July 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule on their website, roadamerica.com. Just 8 days away from the kickoff of Packers training camp up in Green Bay, where Z and the D is. And the question remains, what exactly is the new starting quarterback, Jordan Love? Adam Schefter on Get Up yesterday.
Jordan Love has made steady progress backing up Aaron Rodgers, watching him, observing, learning, and I think there's a real quiet confidence about the level of success that he's going to have this year.
Ooh, I like that from Adam Schefter. Continued coverage on all things grit and gold over at our website, ESPNWisconsin.com. Baseball, the Brewers, big weekend for them. They're back in first place of the NL Central. They got the day off yesterday, back in action tonight in Philadelphia against the Phillies. The Brewers 52-42. The Phillies 51-42. It is a 5:40 first pitch. Rutledge and Hamilton continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got to chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
But then I said to him, Braylon, this is going to be a great 5 years. And he looked at me, no, it's only going to be 3, but it's going to be a great 3 years.
There you go. I love it.
That's some nice insider knowledge.
Yeah, that's
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Brett Leclerc chimes in. Mission Impossible 7 is the type of movie to see alone.
I've heard that's really good. Our buddy Ryan Wollersheim went by himself on Sunday and said it was terrific.
So can I point this out? This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, Matt, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I have never seen any, and for no particular reason, any of the Mission Impossible movies.
Wow.
And I like Tom Cruise.
Really?
I like Simon Pegg, who's, I think, the director of this. He's in these movies. Like, I like the actors in it. I just...
Wow.
And now it's, like, too far... Not like it's too far gone, but now it's like, well, I got to start at 1.
Well,
and, like, am I going to get... Like, at some point... I do want to watch them.
You can get into some of them. Like, I don't think I've seen all of them, but, like, for the most part, it's an impossible mission. It's not. They're all the same.
You didn't just say that.
Same but different. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. They can all stand up on their own is essentially what I'm getting at. They'll give you enough of a backstory so you know what's happening.
You're an idiot.
Oh, get out of here, Strofe. Get out of here.
Well, because, you know what? I want to throw that out there. What's a movie franchise that you want to start you just haven't gotten into yet? 844-770-3776. John Wick is another one. I finally saw John Wick 1.
Oh, they're good.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
Well, that's it. John Wick was like, I swear it was like an hour and 10 minutes. It was like a TV show. So it was also really easy to watch it. I'm like,
Right.
I could knock out an hour and 10. Maybe it was an hour and 20, but I love Keanu Reeves. The movie was great. Loved it.
Right.
I haven't seen the other ones yet,
I
but
haven't seen
again,
4 yet.
and again, 844-770-3776. You want to chime in with a movie franchise you haven't watched, but you want to. Like, I have no, at all, 1 second of desire to watch any of the Fast and Furious movies. It's just not going to happen. I don't want to watch them. I'm out. But that's not the case for Mission Impossible. I do want to see them. I just don't know. It feels daunting to become a part of it.
Yeah, the newer Fast and Furious ones are a bit of a stretch for me. But, like, I went to those when I was a kid in theaters, and they have a little nostalgia.
Well,
for
again,
me.
if you have nostalgia,
I was
'cause,
getting
like-
rides from, like, my friends' parents
Yeah.
when we were going on, like, double dates.
I would
like,
imagine like
freshman year.
15, 16-year-old boys, this is like the wheelhouse of their
Yeah,
movie.
because we
and
were
then you're
like
nostalgic
just
for it.
about to get a car, right? Like
yeah.
I wasn't quiet, and I was like, man, I could soup up my Honda. It's gonna be so cool. I did enjoy those. I have not finished that series. I can't think of a movie. I'm pretty good about watching.
Daniel Sloth
series of
chimes in with
movies.
Transformers. That's one where I got lost because they made some and then they stopped making them. I think like the newer ones are good again, but I think I saw like the first one.
They're as long as you go in expecting just like a really CGI dazzling thing, and you're not expecting like fantastic acting, they're fun.
Yeah,
they're exactly what you would expect from a Transformer movie. If you want to see robots or cars that turn into robots in a cool CGI fashion and then beat the crap out of another robot, like it's awesome.
Tim in Oregon chimes in with the Creed movies. I've seen 1 and 2. I have 3 on Prime. I'm going to watch it with my wife because I think she definitely has a crush on Michael B. Jordan. Like, she's unapologetic about it. But, like, I don't have a problem. Like, of course.
Yeah, no doubt. I saw Creed 1, too.
Right, exactly. The only thing we have was, like, should we watch Creed 2 again? Because I don't remember. I remember Creed. Creed 2 is a little bit of a blind spot for me. I can't remember a lot of it, so might rewatch that one. The Matrix, I've watched the first 2. I think maybe I saw the third, but I definitely haven't seen the fourth one.
I enjoyed the fourth.
And I do want to see it. You know, maybe that's one because I'm going on a trip, and I don't know if you do this, like movies.
Probably on the airplane.
Yeah, but my wife's, or I have an iPad with me, but my wife's like movies she doesn't want to see. And I'll be like, all right, I'm out.
Not bad. I liked it, but I liked the Matrix movies as well. And again, they came out when I was in like middle school.
But I like the Matrix movies too. So like, I think the third one got a little weird, like lost the thread a little bit for me.
Yeah, it kind of tied it up, but it was definitely. It seemed like they were scrambling to get it all the loose ends knotted up.
844-770-3776. You can chime in with a movie series that you wanted to see that you haven't gotten around to. We would ask Alex Strofe, but he's not. Alex, do you have a series that you've wanted to watch you haven't gotten around to?
Star Wars.
But
No way!
But do you actually want to watch
What
it?
haven't you seen in Star Wars? All of it?
I've never seen any of them.
Oh, my God.
Nothing.
I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings.
I'm honestly.
I haven't seen any of the Lord of the Rings, but I don't have a desire
seen
to.
any of the Harry Potters.
I am super envious that you've never seen any of the Star Wars. I wish I could go back and like just have my brain wiped of all the
And
Star Wars just to watch them again.
I'm going to upset Matt here. Whether you watch Harry Potter or Star Wars, like Harry Potter is just a rip-off of Star Wars. So
Yeah.
if you watch Star Wars, you've seen Harry Potter. They just subbed in different wizard characters instead of
It's
funny.
Funny.
That seems like a stretch.
Okay,
No,
there's a guy who
it's dead
breaks
on.
it down, and it's like a lot of stories. There's an antagonist. He makes it correlate, and you're like, oh, it is the same. They're both very unique in their own way.
Told you. No, I have no problem with Harry Potter. I've never seen him. I do want to see that be on my list
The
too.
Harry Potters are pretty good.
That's on my list. I will watch those with my daughter. They're
And
definitely on my
honestly,
list.
so are the Lord of the Rings, but man, are those a marathon.
No, the Lord of the Rings-
They're so long, but they're good.
I tried to read the book when I was younger, and I tried like 3 times, and every time about, I don't know, 150, 200 pages in, I'm like, this ain't doing it, and I just pull the plug. And same thing with the movie. I'm like, I just can't. I've never seen.
I mean, not everybody. You don't really seem like the kind of guy who'd be into like something like that kind of fantasy.
Like I love Star Wars,
right? But
like
the Star Wars fantasy world is kind of like this is in a galaxy far away. It makes sense because the galaxy's infinite.
Yeah.
Middle Earth. What
Right,
the heck
yeah.
is Middle Earth?
Right.
Like I understand that that's a bridge too far of fantasy for Jim Rutledge.
Well, and it's similar to like. Game of Thrones is another one where it's like I didn't see us on a movie,
right?
But I didn't see any of them, and I don't really have a strong desire to see them.
I cliff noted it. I basically did what I do with all my sports. I just highlighted, give me the highlight reel, and I ended up watching the first like 6 seasons or what I think it was 7 total. I watched the first 6 in highlight reel, and then actually watched the last season.
Okay.
So
That's one way to do it.
It was bad. I would not recommend it.
Daniel Sloth chimes in with another one, The Hunger Games.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed The Hunger Games.
I liked
thought it
the
was good.
first one. That's all I saw, though.
But
I saw the first 2. Both
Jennifer
good.
Lawrence is 10 out of 10 for me. If she's in anything, I'm watching it. She was great.
You
in
saying
that.
she's hot?
Yes, and she's a great actress.
Okay.
And a
Both.
great actress.
Both, yeah. Is that okay with you?
Well, I was just wondering which one was first.
I mean, he already said that his wife, it was cool that she thinks Michael B. Jordan's really hot, so I think Jim was just trying to level the playing field.
I follow.
Yes. If there would be a movie with both of them in it, it'd be a great
Yeah,
movie.
a date movie.
Right? That would be a date movie. Or maybe it would be a movie she wanted to go to by herself. I don't even know. Tim in Oregon apparently had Harry Potter. He says he loves that one and spent over $1,000 on merch and books and Legos and all that kind of stuff. So,
The Harry Potter Lego sets are
Rosie's
fantastic.
got, I would say most of them, if not all of them.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves them. But
I'm still baffled that Strofe has never seen Star Wars in any sense.
would you watch them?
Do you not really
I'm not
have
a
the
big
interest?
movie guy.
But then we asked the question: what series would you want to see?
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
That's
I
not an
need to watch.
answer.
I need to watch it eventually.
You don't need to.
Yes, you do. It's so culturally relevant. I feel like eventually I need to do it.
I mean, I agree.
I may just hold out as long as I can, but we'll see.
Please watch in release order and not this like.
Yes.
Don't ask like, should I watch them in like episode 1 first? It's like no. You
I
go
did that-
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
I did
7,
that with
8, 9.
I did that with my daughter because 1 and 2 are almost like kids movies.
Why would you release it in that order, though?
Well,
Why would you release Star Wars 4 before Star Wars 1
This
exists?
guy, he's just being a guy.
I don't get
He's
it.
Being,
You are just the funniest.
Explain it. I'm being serious.
He did not know or plan on making the story of like prior to his.
But was it called Star Wars 4?
No,
when
it was
got
called
released?
Star Wars: A New Hope. And
Yes.
then when they finished that trilogy and decided,
just did a
let's
prequel.
reboot it, let's call it
Oh.
number 4 now, and we'll make 1.
I get it now.
So it was just A New Hope.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
He
It's
was not
okay.
planning on making all. He made 1. Well, the whole thing is that with that one, I believe, is that the actual movie companies didn't believe it'd do well. So he's like, give me all the rights for the toys instead of
Yeah.
one. And like that's where he's made obviously
Right.
billions off of all that. We got Colin Russo back there. Do you have a movie series? Maybe he's watched movies, a series of movies you want to see that you haven't seen that are popular.
I'm a big movie fan, unlike Strofe.
This is good. I'm glad you're in on this.
Thank you.
I think Star Wars is. I think that's a joke. I don't know how a grown man like him hasn't even taken the time. That's like a kid's thing for you. I feel like when you're that age, when you're 10 years old, I feel like Star Wars is your thing. Sorry. If there's one series that I think I need to see, I've seen a lot of movies.
I'll accept like TV series. So like Game of Thrones is essentially a long movie that they cut into shows.
If there's a couple shows that I haven't seen fully through yet, The Sopranos is the one that comes to mind.
Man, that's a big miss by you. Yeah,
one.
because that is amazing. Yeah.
And I know I'm saving that one. I've seen a lot of the other ones. But
Well,
I'm
I'll give you
saving
that.
That's great because I can't wait to talk to him about the finale.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I cannot
But
wait.
like, it popped up because what was the movie that we were just talking? Oh, Mission Impossible. I haven't seen any of them because
that's a good series.
Yeah, and they came
want-
out in like Jim's prime.
and I want to see them. It's just I missed them.
Like
and then,
late 80s, early 90s Jim, living your best life.
Mission Impossible didn't come out in the late 80s.
90s?
Came out in 2000,
Not the first
1999
one.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's 30 years now. It came out ago.
Is it
right?
30? Not
25? It might have been 96, I think. I could be wrong.
I gotta Google this.
Yeah, I don't late 80s.
Okay, you're right. It wasn't the 80s. It wasn't the 80s. Tom Cruise was
Yes,
big in the
and
80s.
I like
but
Tom Cruise, and again, it's one that was the whole premise of this of a movie that I know I want to see, and I should get into.
96.
96. Wow.
The first Mission
So
Impossible.
yeah, I was 16. You'd think I'd go see it. No reason I didn't. Just missed on it. So
Right. Well.
You should watch that, though. Those are fun. I saw the new one. I didn't think it was good.
yeah. So we'll ask you since Strofe is now pouting because we just decided to get someone who actually watches movies in on the segment for
He knows
a second
nothing.
here.
He knows nothing about
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
Here, grab
he
a
is-
headset and sit down, Strofe. We got a
He
producer
is
now.
militant. He is absolutely militant in his hatred of watching movies, and then he gets mad. We're like, "Hey, well, Colin watches movies. We'll bring him on it." Now Alex is all in his feelings. We're like, "We'll bring in someone who actually can contribute to the conversation." When you're militant about your refusal to enjoy a movie,
Yeah, you were literally just talking about I'm gonna spitefully not
You
watch
just
Star
said,
Wars.
let's pull somebody in who actually talks about movies, and he told you a freaking TV show.
we
Well,
gave
I
him a
didn't-
TV
gave him
show.
the caveat 'cause
I'm
he
better
saw
with
all the
movies than I
movies.
am with TV shows, and I'm saving The Sopranos. I wholeheartedly
Yeah,
believe.
what movie have you never seen?
Is
The
there
Sopranos.
Is,
TV
there,
show.
He
is
set
there
it
a
up.
movie series? I gave him the out because he
Yeah,
watches
that's
a lot
all.
of movies.
They
I didn't
gave
know
me
if there
out,
was
yeah.
one.
I mean, like in terms of the famous ones, I've seen all the Star Wars. I've seen the Lord of the Rings. I've seen the Mission Impossible. You go down the list. I've seen most.
Well,
of
here there's some chimed in here with Harry Potter, Hunger Games,
John Wick,
Fast and the Furious,
Seen
Toy
Fast and
Story.
Furious.
Toy Stories. Seen
Batman.
Why have
all
you-
of them seen.
How many Fast and the Furiouses are there?
It's like a 10 or
The
11.
10th just
Fury
came
Eye.
out. It was Fast
of them?
X. It was Fast X, and they left it on a cliffhanger. So 11's coming.
Well, I heard that they left it for a trilogy.
Yeah, they said it trilogy, but I don't think this one did that well. So I think it needs to make money.
Every dollar.
That movie makes billions in like China and everything like that. It's a worldwide famous.
Yeah.
People love Vin Diesel.
saga.
Yeah.
Well, The
The
Rock
Rock.
wasn't he in one of those too?
He's in a
John
couple of
Cena's
He's
them.
in a
in
couple
this
of
one,
them.
isn't he?
Shrove, have you seen a single Fast and Furious?
I seen like the first two.
Okay.
Yeah, Cena's been in a couple.
I feel like once you see a car
Jason
go fast, you've seen
Statham,
it all. You know?
Ludacris.
And then they
got
put
a
them.
lot of people.
They put them all in the movies, and they just have their own little thing. I don't know.
Apparently, Paul Walker's going to be in the next one.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, it's like a CGI or whatever. They're going to bring him in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true.
That's a little dicey.
In those movies, Vin Diesel and Jason Statham have a clause in their contract that they cannot lose a fist fight in those movies.
Yeah.
They cannot lose in a fight throughout those movies. I think it's Statham, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Diesel have that in their contract.
That's when Diesel and Rock had that fight. It kind of ended up being a draw because neither of them could lose. Yeah, I know. I've heard that fact too. Actually,
It's a movie.
I know.
Yeah, you can't-
But neither of them
They're protecting the brand, yeah.
Not
know
everyone's
anything?
a team player like you, Strofe. You're just a team player. You're a good team player. These guys
I'm
aren't.
out of here. I'm sick.
Wait. Well, I want to get, and then you can go and take us to break here. But Colin, what's the weirdest to do? Is it going to a movie by yourself, going to a concert by yourself, or getting dinner by yourself?
I think getting it depends on the aspect of the dinner. Is this
Yeah.
like a sit down, nice restaurant dinner, or is this like
So we've said it like I would go I travel.
assuming
I'll
the
go to
restaurant's
the
got a bar.
Yeah, I'll go to the bar.
that is fine. I think concerts probably the weirdest one. I've been to the movies by myself. I don't think that's a problem at all.
Same,
That's
yeah.
not a social event. That you don't
Right.
you don't need friends at the movies. You're there to watch the movie. Like you're not talking during it. Concert, that was a great song. What do you think about this set? I like this song.
Shared experience, yeah, absolutely.
The concert or the movie, though, I need immediate feedback from somebody else.
But you need immediate feedback no matter what is happening.
You don't like
Holy
concerts.
true. No, I said the movie. Alex.
He's just
fed up. I'm
Yeah,
sick of
Alex
getting made
makes
fun
his
of.
feelings, and now he's just all upset about it. See, Matt's an outlier on the idea of like you need constant feedback for every segment. You're like, was that good?
Yeah, I do. I do. I'm just looking for
you
feedback.
need feedback for everything that happens. But I'll give you this feedback. You look good in your Iron Jock yesterday.
Yes, I do. And you know what? I know I smell good too, and that's because of the Silver Ion technology. That's right, Silver Ion kills 99% of odor-causing bacteria to make sure you're feeling fresh as long as you own the garment. It's a Wisconsin-based company. Iron Jock provides high-quality performance apparel that's designed from the inside out. They provide the highest quality fabrics and construction designed for an active and comfortable fit. Whether you're on the golf course, in the curling rink, in the gym, or just living life, Iron Jock has your back with amazing socks, shirts, all sorts of fun things. And you can get those things at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com. Iron Jock. It's what's inside that matters.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Follow the stream to your wild side this summer with a ranch water hard seltzer from Lone River. Inspired by the classic tequila cocktails of far west Texas, Ranch Water's no-frills taste taps into the spirit of an adventure under the high desert stars. Using 100% agave nectar and natural lime juice, the hard seltzer contains 80 calories and 4% alcohol by volume. And you can now try their new margarita-style Ranch Rita. Learn more about locations and flavors at LoneRiverBevCo.com.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of the new Ranch Rita Variety Pack from Lone River. Known for the tequila-based Ranch Water Hard Seltzer, Lone River's new Ranch Rita tips its hat to another beloved American drink, the margarita. The Ranch Rita is still crafted with the same organic agave nectar and lime juice for that delicious Texas taste. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
The 2023 season is underway and Fun for All is back with the Forward Madison FC Family Special on sale now. Bring the family to exciting professional soccer at Breeze Stevens Field. Enjoy a ticket, Pepsi product, sandwich, and a Forward Madison scarf for just $21. Forward Madison has fun for the whole family. Enjoy Lionella Vessi, the team's dairy cow, our new kids zone, and more at every Forward Madison match. For tickets, go to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
is a short life. Let's run that walk.
Pat Madison chiming in with a basically offering himself up as a date there for you. Strofe, you can always text me if you need a +1 with a little heart there. So getting fans out there, Alex Strofe. Next time you want to go to Shinedown, you got plenty of options to take you to
Z
Shinedown.
would go. Ed Madison would go. I think Ed's a
Tim
great
and Mount
choice.
Horeb tweeted in. He would go.
Yeah, see, dude, now you don't know. Now you know you don't need to buy one ticket.
Okay, now
next
in
time.
my defense, I don't think I've said this on the air yet. I didn't buy a ticket. I did say this part. I didn't buy a ticket until like 30 minutes before the show, A.
Yeah.
And B, I texted two people that don't live in Madison. It was like, hey, I'm about to buy a ticket. You guys want to come? And they were like, yeah, if you would have asked me 3 hours ago. So it was my bad.
That's okay. I'm glad you had a good time.
I was going to ask Jim, but I knew my answer.
I didn't get even a call. I would have liked to give you a respectful no. Respectfully, I would like
I
to
do want to
decline
go
this
see,
invite.
but I don't think I'd go solo. Was it Nathaniel Rateliff? He's coming to Sylvie.
And the Night Sweats?
Yes. I got a lot of their songs on my
I got a
playlist
vinyl
here.
version.
Yeah.
I like Nathaniel.
I'm going to say I'm going to go until right before the concert, then I'm going to sell my ticket.
Okay.
I'll go with you, though.
Okay. Sick.
He just wants you to go to the show by yourself.
I just want you to experience that so I can dish it right back. Because I don't think it's that weird.
But again,
you two have boxed me in
Alex,
for the last hour and a half, and that this is
it's
so
fine,
weird.
But like it's usually like a concert is a social. Like when we talk about Matt, like he's not wrong in the idea of like a concert. The song is not exactly as tight as you normally would hear it on a record. It's not exactly the way you know it on a record. But the beauty of the concert is the unique experience of each time you go
with the people around you.
But with the people around you, that's my favorite part of the concert. Is one, going and sharing that experience with everyone, and someone special or a few people who are friends or whatever that also like the music. But then also you're all singing along to it, and they cut the music or they stop singing and everyone else starts singing. Like it is a giant social event, and that's why it's funny that you went solo.
And I will be honest with you, I sang every word. I think the people around me didn't like me very
Well,
much.
that's honestly
Really,
the
that's
beauty
on
of
them,
going
then.
by
I
yourself,
agree.
though, Strofe. The beauty of going by yourself is you could totally let go.
I did whatever I
You
wanted.
could be
And it was
whatever
actually
version of
fun.
Alex Strofe you wanted to be.
I would also add, I've been to the Sylvie several times, but I've never really like fully explored it because I'm always with so many other people, right? Like I'm usually with 3-4 other people.
Brag.
So
He's never gone to the private events, so you and I get to go there. We get
well,
to,
yeah,
like,
I've been
just,
to. I was at the one with Frank a couple
just
months
teasing.
ago.
Yeah, you were there.
But
Yeah.
there was nothing upstairs.
Oh.
So
I've
I wanted to
never
like
been.
go upstairs and go
Right.
watch a little bit of the openers from upstairs. So like that was cool. I bounced around. I watched it from every angle in the venue, the openers, which was fun. And then for Shinedown, I stayed in one spot.
in the pit
In the pit
with that lady that saved you with her elbows.
with my elbow lady. she asked me if I would ever get a douche donut, which I believe is a man bun.
Oh, I did not know. I thought.
yeah, I was like, what?
You
And I
told me to pick
immediately
that up
thought
and
of Matt
select the
Hamilton.
video. I would have been like, all right.
Oh.
Well, speaking of select the video, let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me. So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton each and every day. I scour the interwebs. Unless you guys would rather hear from Colin Russo, who's still standing next to me for some reason. I've got questions. Jim and Matt have answers. I'll score them throughout, and at the end, we'll crown a winner of Tuesday's edition of Throwing Stones. First up, Seth Rogen on Late Night with Seth Meyers said that Tom Cruise, from Mission Impossible, had no idea adult films were on the internet until he recently told them.
I'm sorry, who didn't know this?
Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Because until Seth Rogen told him recently. Jim, my simple question to you is, do you believe Tom Cruise did not know adult films were on the internet?
Do I believe that Tom Cruise didn't know that? Yes.
You do.
If you like look into the Scientology, like I forget the woman from King of Queens, Leah something, she broke this down, but there's other people who got out. Like Scientology goes out of their way. Like you can only access certain sites. Their internet is a very precise and thinned out internet. Like it is a very much a closed off circuit.
You telling
of the
me
world.
this man doesn't have Twitter?
But Well, you said pornographic movies existing on the internet. That's not like, I don't know what Twitter you're in. I don't think you can find like a whole movie on there. Like, I don't think if you told me you didn't know these sites didn't exist, yeah, I actually believe that. Like, if you told me it's not on Twitter, I believe that. To have a cult and to live in a cult, you kind of have to siphon off the entire world, which would include pornographic movies. So yes, I believe it.
You know, I don't know if
alleged cults.
I might believe that he's never actually seen a adult movie on the internet, but I don't know if I can buy the fact that he was unaware that they were there. The guy definitely isn't in Scientology, but as far as people in the limelight who are probably in the know, Tom Cruise is one of those guys. He had to have known. He had to have. If 12-year-old Matt can figure it out, Tom Cruise can figure it out.
That's what I'm saying now. Exactly. Right?
But you were trying desperately to figure out, I don't know if Tom is. That's all.
Touche. Point taken. Point Jim.
That was kind of your life.
Give him the buzz. Give him the ding. He nailed it.
You think he forgot to turn off his acting switch in the middle of this conversation? Right? Because he's an actor. Do you think he was playing dumb with Seth Rogen and Seth Rogen thought he was being for real? No. That's my takeaway on this.
Tom Cruise seems to have a switch that is now always, you can either say turned on or turn off, however you want to look at it. He is he's a hell of an actor.
He's living on a different plane of existence, just like the rest of the Scientologists.
Yes, exactly.
Last one for you guys. We got Jason Wilde coming up next. Today is World Listening Day, so I'd like to give you each the opportunity to say something to one another, and the other one can only listen. Matt, I know this is a rarity for you. Go ahead.
Jim, I'm just going to embrace this time to know that I can say whatever I want and you're not going to rebuttal. Aaron Rodgers is great. The Packers screwed him up. The Packers are the reason that he went crazy. He handled it poorly. I will concede that to you. But he is one of the most fun players I've ever enjoyed watching on the NFL stage. That's the end of it. I am not going to give up on it. He's going to be interesting this year. He was interesting last year, even though he's kind of struggled. I'm just in for Aaron Rodgers' football career.
You didn't say a word, and he still conceded.
Right?
Incredible.
Thank you.
I am not going to say that Rodgers is blameless.
Really?
Hey,
I'm not saying.
Matt, shut up for 45 seconds. Jim, unrelated to that, say whatever you'd like. Matt can only listen.
Well, I don't have to say a lot because we know that the message of the show is I'm right, you're wrong. So that's literally all I need to say is that I am right and your beliefs are wrong, and I can repeat that over and over again. Aaron Rodgers is a kook. An unlikable kook who checked out on your favorite team last year, yet you are fully embracing. It is funny to me how much Packer fans now are just flipped the switch on Aaron Rodgers and said he didn't even care last year. But last year we were saying he's the best quarterback around. But now that he's gone, he didn't care. Jordan Love cares, so now Jordan Love will be good. So most likely, Aaron Rodgers is a kook. He's going to struggle in New York. He's only going to look worse. I'm right. You're wrong. And I'm in your head so much you conceded to me without me even talking.
Yeah, you wouldn't have said that. I would have given you the win. But your winner today is Jim Rutledge.
I am never going to go out and say that Aaron Rodgers is blameless here.
But you know what, Matt? I will give you a gold medal for acknowledging Aaron Rodgers not blameless.
That's right. I appreciate that gold medal. And if I was going to give out a gold medal, I'd give it to Leinekugels because they have a flavor for any moment. They got things like Shandies, IPAs, Weiss, Box. They got the Leinekugels Juicy Peach. They got the Honey Lemon Light, the HLL that I'm so into right now. Any flavor that you want. Maybe you're sitting by a campfire. Maybe you had a long day at work. Maybe you're meeting some friends out at a concert, or you're going to get dinner by yourself at the bar. Leinekugels has the right flavor of beer for you. Go check them out. You can go on Leinekugels.com and see how you can mix some of these fun beers if you get yourself a variety pack. But you can get Leinekugels wherever you get delicious beer. And remember, you must be 21 years or older to enjoy.
I think the Packers might have a new fan mascot. I'll ask Jason Wilde about Alex McGough, which is, I believe, how you say his name. Former USFL quarterback, MVP, has won back-to-back USFL championships with the Birmingham Stallions, and he is working out with the Green Bay Packers. I think he looks like a guy Packer fans would love to fanboy. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
The new year is halfway through, but that doesn't stop the great new deals from rolling into Metro Kia of Madison. Find 84 new vehicles on the lot this month, like the 2023 Kia Forte, and you can drive away with the ride of your choice at just 2.9% APR financing for 48 months, $22.09 per 1,000 borrow. Also, get 90-day deferred payments, 2 years, no charge maintenance, and pick your prize with the purchase of any new vehicle. Get a Chromebook, $500 Visa gift card, or a 4K smart TV. Offer ends July 31st. Learn more at metrokiaofmadison.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Out of my mind, I'm not myself without you, baby. So terrified.
Little Image, Out of My Mind, from their new album, self-titled. Out now.
Out of my mind every time without you, baby.
Little Image, Out of My Mind, out now.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
I'm not in a mood for drama tonight, Jason.
Why are you always trying to stir stuff up, Jason?
Is on Rutledge and Hamilton.
I don't know if I will go as far as you will.
With Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
All right, boys. Take care. Be good.
Presented by Coors Light.
Fresh off meeting Matt Hamilton in person for the first time, Jason Wilde joining us now on the phone. Jason, are you back safely in Green Bay? How was the rest of the trip?
We are home safe and sound. Yeah, a little anticlimactic on the meeting Matt Hamilton. He wasn't even wearing his medal.
Yeah, what was that about? You're there to be Matt Hamilton. You didn't have your medal with you?
Honestly, the ribbon's starting to rip. I
need
to sew it. No. They sent me a replacement ribbon, and it is the worst knockoff. Like, it's not even close. It's not even close to the actual ribbon.
I feel like you got enough, like, people. Like, you can find someone that could actually, like, make a knockoff of the ribbon that's, like,
that would
actually
be
good.
Fantastic.
All right, so
I
if
just
you're
don't know.
a seamstress, I don't know what the title is.
Sounds like you need Revive Restoration for your...
For my medal, yeah.
Necklace, yeah.
They might be able to point me in the right direction. They can help a lot of people in a lot of ways. I'm not sure this is their area of expertise.
Jason, I saw this story and it made me think. It just reminded me that Sean Clifford is the backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, and I don't know how secure his job is. I don't know if they'll bring a veteran in, but I did see that the Packers are working out USFL MVP QB Alex McGough, I think is how you say his name, two-time champion, I believe, or back-to-back champion in USFL. Like, does this guy have a shot to be
MVP too?
Yes, a shot to do anything. I mean, he looks like Sunshine from Remember the Titans, so like that's at least got to be in his favor.
Dude, I love Remember the Titans. That is a great film. Look, let's be honest. If this is their next step at quarterback, I wish. I'm starting to get frustrated because, and I mentioned this. I actually was. It started with a conversation on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Continued on our show. And then I actually mentioned this, Dario and Tony Smith. Dario's in for Homer today in Milwaukee. But where is all this newfound Packers positivity and optimism coming from all these national types? Like, I'm not saying that I have a problem with it. Hey, if you want to be positive, be positive. I'm fine with that, right? If you believe, you have courage of your conviction, great. But what I'm fascinated by is, like, we should go hit the rewind button to 6 or 8 weeks ago, and were these same folks talking this way about a Jordan Love-led Packers team? And, you got Bill Barnwell out there saying the Packers are going to win the division, and Damian Woody is talking them up, and then I heard Schefter on Get Up, and I'm like, I'm just curious what has changed when literally nothing has happened. Right? Like, the minicamp ended like June 12th or something like that. Like, they've done nothing that should say, oh, did you see what they did? Why? Now, that's really changed my opinion of them. So, again, I get so frustrated with this because I try to be realistic. And what I really hate is that because of the culture that we've created in sports commentary, there's so many people that root for themselves to be right. So they make a prediction, and then they root for that prediction to be right. I'm sorry, I'm not wired that way. I'm rooting for the best story. The best story is that Jordan Love far outperforms expectations. The Packers go 10-7 or 11-6. They do win the division. And get that experience in the playoffs. And then next year, it's Packers-Jets in the Super Bowl. That's the storyline I'm looking for.
That would be the storyline.
Right? Or like I was a couple years ago. Like, I was rooting hard for Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys because I wanted Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, who obviously their relationship had deteriorated significantly. I wanted Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys coming to Lambeau Field instead of Tom Brady and playing for a trip to the Super Bowl. That's what I wanted. Now, I like Mike a lot. Obviously, I have a lot of history with Aaron. But I'm rooting for the story. And when it comes to this team, me being right to have said that they're going to go 6-11 is not the best story. So I'm not rooting to be right. I just don't understand why we've suddenly seen a significant uptick in positivity about this team, because it's clearly not from listening to Alex Strope, Gabe Neitzel, and Jason Wilde live from Summerfest on July 8th on the State of the Packers show.
I wish it was.
So I am curious, Jason. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. We had talked about where a lot of the Packers are right now, and it turns out a lot of this offense is probably doing some team building and maybe some practices. Probably not a lot of football-related kind of like practice, but still like practice and getting together. Do you think there's any chance that these pundits, knowing that, are maybe saying, hey, this isn't what the Packers did last year and they're doing it this year. Maybe we should give them the benefit of the doubt now? Because I'm with you. I don't know why they're changing their tune, but we're hearing it, so I'm just trying to put a little context to it. Is there any chance of that, or is that crazy?
Well, it's not crazy, Matt.
Jim looked at me like I was crazy.
I'm guessing that's a look that he gives you fairly frequently.
That's how I know exactly what it is.
Look, I don't think it's that. If you're that easily influenced and your opinion changes that easily, then I don't know what to tell you. Because look, if you came up to Green Bay, I know just right by Clark Hinkle and Ray Nitschke Field, there is a curling. Do I call it a rink?
Club.
Club. I know when John Gruden was doing Monday Night Football that he went over there and learned how to curl while he was there, right?
Yeah.
If you, in your off season, show up there and you guys are drinking beers and smoking cigarettes, I know that's something you can do when you're curling, from what I understand.
In the 80s.
And hanging out, great, right? That's great that you're with your teammates,
right?
Schuster and everybody else. But in terms of actually honing your craft, you're not doing that.
No, correct.
Right. So that's it's great that these guys are at a park and they're throwing passes to each other and whatever else. But I mean, if
it's the only thing I
could
think of. You know what I mean?
No,
it's the only thing that has happened since training camp.
Right. And I agree. And maybe that is influencing them. I doubt it. The other thing I wonder is if there's a lot of these national guys, they have their agents who work at the same place as some of these players have agents, and is there a feeling of hey, we could really use you talking up some of our guys. I don't know if that's the case or not. I would just be very cautious of this and say, look, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's get to training camp, because in 2 days, 3 days, Jordan Love's going to be here.
Yeah.
He reports on Friday, along with all the other quarterbacks, including Mr. USFL, and all the injured players and all the rookies. And there's a hell of a lot of rookies, so almost half the roster is going to be here on Friday. So, look, I would be cautious about that. Now, the other thing, and I hate to cite Jesse Nelson, and I got some grief for mentioning this during my one appearance on Homer and Tony last week, but there was this interview that A.J. Dillon did on Sirius XM or somewhere, and it went viral because nothing's going on, and so we all latch on to whatever audio's available. I'm guilty of it on our show too. But he said how they're all in on it's unanimous. They all are behind Jordan Love. All right. Well, first of all, of course they are, right? Because no one's going to say, well, we're kind of split on this guy, and I think there's a lot of us that don't think he's good enough, but I'm one of his best friends, and I've collected a bunch of his football cards, and I'm hoping they're worth something, so I'm all in on my buddy Jordan Love. So spare me that part. But the other part, and this was, Jesse noticed this, and I noticed it, and that's what concerns me, is that when I listened to it, A.J. Dillon said a lot of really nice, positive things about Jordan Love, but none of the things he said had anything to do with his actual skill or talent. It wasn't about...
It's like he's a nice guy.
It wasn't, leadership or how he connects with people or how studious he is. Those are all great, but it wasn't... Dude, he was just shredding the Packers, our number one defense, in 2-minute drills. There were some practices when the media wasn't there where he was just dropping dimes, or his arm strength. I caught passes from Aaron Rodgers. His arm strength is almost exactly the same. Now, I had a few people that think I'm too negative on social media who said, well, I can't wait to hear, because Kenny Clark did an interview with Zach Gelb on CBS radio, and I had somebody tweet, I can't wait till Jason hears this and then interprets it as Kenny Clark not believing in Jordan Love either. That's not what I'm saying. But if we're being honest, if you listen, and what is said and what is not said does matter. Let's use you as an example, Matt.
Okay?
Because I think you would honestly say that in your development on the radio, that you're not quite at a place where you're super comfortable with whether it's asking questions or transitioning into a live read, or if Jim's not there running the show and saying, more Rutledge and Hamilton with cousin sub of the day Jason Wilde and me, Matt Hamilton, continues next. You're not at a place where you're super comfortable with that. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, so if somebody asked me, hey, how's Matt Hamilton doing at ESPN Madison? I wouldn't be talking about how technical. Oh my God, you should see him behind the microphone. He's so authoritative with his transitions from one conversation to another. He keeps us perfectly on the clock, always very mindful of getting to commercial break. Right? I would talk about how funny he is, how engaging he is, how likable he is, how he's got great stories, and he's a really good storyteller. But I would be honest, sometimes he's a little long-winded, like Wilde is with a question at a press conference. Right? And so if somebody's asking me about Jordan Love, and I'm not his teammate, but let's say I was, I would say all the positive things that I've seen from him, and I wouldn't say, man, his accuracy is better than Aaron Rodgers' accuracy, if that's not true.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. And does that mean that we'll get to training camp and he's not going to have a day where you're like, holy crap, he was awesome? Because I saw him have one of those type of days during the mandatory minicamp a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then he had another day where he was terrible. So I don't know. I just try to present what I see and what people tell me. And the fact of the matter is that none of these people, including Goody and LaFleur, know for certain what he's going to be. They can be hopeful. They can be optimistic. But let's get to training camp, which is a week away. Let's see what he does there. Let's see what he does in the preseason. Let's see what he does in Chicago on September 10th. And then let's see where he is in January and see how much he's developed and how much he's accomplished, and then see if we feel like, all right, he's the guy, because that's what this is all. It's about the process. It's about the journey, and I can't wait to go on it. I am ready for camp to start, and I'm looking forward to it.
Why are you always trying to stir stuff up, Jason?
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
We're talking with Jason Wilde. You can hear him 9 to noon, Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin. I mean, to your point, Wilde, Dan Orlovsky, people get excited about this quote. I think you guys have made up now, but on Get Up.
No, I have not.
Oh,
no, I do not want him on when I'm on.
Okay.
He wants to be on when I'm off, except I'm all like out of days off now, so he won't be on for a really long time.
Okay, so I knew he was on the show, so my bad there. But so he says, but listen to it. If Jordan Love is average, this time playing for a playoff, or this time the Packers could be playing for a playoff spot in December. If he's anything like the first-round pick, he should be a good player. Like, there's multiple ifs and a should and a could. Like, there's no conviction. It was all just verbal platitudes that have no. You could insert Justin Fields or Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff's name into there, and the same thing could be said. Except for Cousins wasn't a first rounder, but otherwise, like, you could say Jared Goff, Justin Fields, or Jordan Love. You could be talking about any one of those three.
And look, that doesn't mean that I don't want those things to be true. It doesn't mean that, because I understand Packers fans, right? I think the people that get most pissed off at me for being this way are the people that really, really, really want Jordan Love to succeed, whether it's because they really like him or they really like Goody and they want Goody to be right, or they hate Aaron Rodgers' guts. And this will be even better if Rodgers is a disappointment in New York and Love is better than expected here. But the people that get really pissed at me when I point these kinds of things out, I think are the ones that love the most. The bottom line is, you're exactly right. Like, the caveats that are said with him and the choices of descriptions, all that should tell you is that they don't know either. That doesn't mean that he's not going to be good. It doesn't mean he's going to be horrible. But, again, I'm so ready for us to have practices and preseason games so we can see Jordan Love more than one game against the Chiefs where Goody made excuses for him to The Athletic, and Love was more responsible by saying, I didn't play well enough at all. I played like blank, which I respect the hell out of him for. And a half of a game against Detroit with the number 1 seed locked up and 10 snaps against Philadelphia. I want more, and I can't wait to start getting it, a week from today.
Jason, awesome stuff as always. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. You, rah, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wisconsin football wide receiver Chimere Dike joined Rutledge and Hamilton on ESPN Madison last week and talked about the excitement in the program under the new regime led by head coach Luke Fickell entering the season.
I expect to, go out and win every game. The way Coach Fickell and the rest of the staff prepares, that's what we're ready for. We don't take the rest of the Big Ten for granted. We know, it's going to take a lot, and, we have to be prepared every single week, but, I have a lot of confidence in my guys.
Find the full interview with Chimere Dike on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-stink technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to their activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Sometimes it's okay to think you know, but when it comes to the right car seat for your child's age and size, don't just think. No. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
That you're not quite at a place where you're super comfortable with whether it's asking questions or transitioning into a live feed. if Jim's not there running the show.
That's brutal.
What exactly is it that you do here, Matt Hamilton?
What can I do? Apparently, I'm a storytelling golden retriever because I'm likable, I can tell good stories, and I'm nice.
Woof.
Exactly.
He's a good boy, Matt Hamilton.
Oh, man. You can catch me and Jason next week on Monday on Willie and Tausch.
Good boy, Matt Hamilton, with me, Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We do give you treats. You get little Coors Light.
Little Coors Light every hour.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, man, sorry.
Yeah, well, I get 5 treats next Monday, so everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
Kind of implied that you would just sit here drooling or staring off into space if I wasn't here to prompt you to speak.
maybe. I just really like how Jason just let me have it there.
That you're not quite at a place where you're super comfortable with whether it's
doing anything.
He tried to do it so nice. He was like super comfortable because I'm kind of comfortable, right, Jason?
I mean, what do you like? I get he was trying to.
Oh yeah, it was the same way I was trying to be nice to him yesterday. About like I
think he was holding it against you a little bit there.
Oh
He
yeah,
was coming
totally.
back to bring it home for you, but I will say this: if I was gonna, and Strofe, you can hop on this. If I was gonna give Matt Hamilton a breed of dog, like what type of breed of dog Matt Hamilton would be, it would be Golden Retriever.
1,000,000%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've gotten that before,
and that's one of the best dogs out there, right? Like Lab and a Golden Retriever, two best dogs.
They're just little idiots. Yeah, I love them.
Well, no,
I call my dog.
He's
a
got
little
two
idiot.
of them, don't you?
Both of them little idiots.
See, I thought Goldens were smart.
No, they are just. They're smart in the sense all they want to do is please, so they'll really try and figure out what they need to do to please you, but they're not smart.
Okay.
They just want you to be happy.
Gotcha.
My other dog, the one that's part poodle, way smarter than my purebred golden.
See, and I also have a whole other thing. Like, I don't like dogs. Like, I don't think they're that smart. Like, we're all on a scale here. It's how much effort do you want to put in to like make them obedient to you?
I bought a koozie that's shaped like a softball.
Yeah.
So I can convince my dog to like grab it. So we're gonna try and do something where Jen will like grab a beer for me, put it in the koozie, and then give it to my dog, and my dog will deliver it. So we'll see how that works.
Okay.
If that happens, you will no longer be able to say dogs aren't smart because that is impressive.
But again, you still like trick the dog into
Oh yeah, we're tricking our
like
dog.
my
into
dog in like we have a bark collar for her. If I put the bark collar on her, she won't bark. If I don't put the bark collar on her, she will bark like crazy. Like she just knows I can't bark with the bark collar on, not that I'm not supposed to bark. So like that's not smart. That's just learning that this thing will give me a zap if I bark. But if I don't have it on, I can bark to my heart's content. Nothing's going to happen.
Right.
So
Okay.
like,
So they're
is that smart
yeah.
or is that what's annoying?
Conniving. Yeah, it's smart.
Here's what I'll give credit. The cat, it might be the smartest thing. The cat now has jumped up, knocked over the dog's treats, and eats them.
Okay.
So, like, honestly, if I'm ranking the smartness of the animals in the house, the cat's the one that's figured out how to feed itself. The dog has not figured out how to do that yet. So, we might have to figure out, a ranking there of the smartest animal in my house. But I think I'll say this. You're a lovable golden retriever.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that.
And you do really, really want to make people happy. Which is why when Jason called you a bad dog, that was not very nice to him. You're a good boy, Matt Hamilton. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. I'm out the rest of the week. Enjoy yourselves. We're presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing